There's a star that lights the road. Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. For one last time, I'll take this ride and just drive. Wanna be the only one to make it to the light. Take it to the edge and ride down 1,000 times. Maybe I could be the one right to the setting sun tonight. Breathing out, I'm breathing in. Broken down, but I will live to fight again for one last time. I take this ride and just drive. Wanna be the only one to make it to the light. Take it to the edge and ride down 1,000 times. Maybe I could be the one right to the setting sun There's a star that lights the road. Will it take me to the end? Well, I don't know. I wanna be the only one to make it to the light. I'll take it to the edge and ride down 1,000 times. Maybe I could be the one right to the setting sun Woke up today with this feeling that better things are coming my way. And if the sunshine has a meaning, it's telling me not to let them get in my way. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying. Never let go, gotta hold on and not stop till the break of dawn and keep moving, don't stop rocking. Get on up when you're down, baby. Take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. Feels like I should be screaming, trying to get it through to my friends. Sometimes it feels that life has no meaning, but I know things will be alright in the end. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying. Never let go, gotta hold on and not stop till the break of dawn and keep moving, don't stop rocking. Get on up when you're down, baby. Take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying. Never let go, gotta hold on and not stop till the break of dawn and keep moving, don't stop rocking. Get on up when you're down, baby. Take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. Get on up when you're down, baby. Take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. Get on up when you're down, baby, take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. Get on up, moving head down, baby, take a good look around. Moving on, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway.
Welcome one and all to another Where's the Finish Line Racing Season 3 Round 2 at Baku. Obviously, everybody out there will know Baku is one of those street circuits where a lot of people will have a bit of trouble with some of the corners. So we've got a few people jumping in. So we've got Ian, he's over. Hey, Tofo, vroom vroom. Ian, good luck tonight to every driver and Ferret. Obviously, thank you very much. Tofo with Ian with a goat sign. We've got a little hand gesture from Welsh Benjamin. Ashley Armstrong saying, hi Ferret, good evening mate, good evening to you Ash. And Iceman Walker, last week's winner. Evening, ready for some wall action? Well, it is going to be a lot of action, guys. It really has. So this circuit, obviously Azerbaijan, was one of those circuits that was introduced back in 2016 accidentally. It should have joined us joined the calendar in 2015, but it was cancelled due to a breach of contract. Then it was meant to be 2017, but then they brought it into 2016 and named it the European Grand Prix, which is a bit weird because it's not even in Europe. The circuit itself is 6 kilometers long, roughly about 3.7 miles, with 20 turns. That is 12 to the left and 8 to the right. The classification of this circuit is a Class 1S, and the S just means street circuit. Herman Tilk being the architect, and with what he had available here, I've got to say he's done a fairly good job, really. I don't think we need lap data, do we, guys? We really don't. So, I do believe who's out first? Who's out first? So we've got 17 at the moment. We've got 17 drivers at the moment. TRL Spider. Let's jump off of that. Okay, so yeah, it is a very good street circuit. It's the second longest circuit after Spa. And the tires like on this circuit do get a lot of lacerations, and the game actually shows this. So they use bolts for those curbs that you see on the inside of the chicane. So you do get them, and the game has actually introduced that dynamic into these circuits. So running on those curves can cause lacerations, which actually does drop your tyre health, let's say, a lot quicker than normal. As we are still on board with this CRL Spider, with his fast lap, what we'll do, we'll jump on board and we'll see how he does. Obviously, I'll give you a walkthrough, talk through as we go going around the circuit, and we'll see what these absolutely amazing drivers can do for us. Let's get on board, because right about now it's coming up to this the soft, we can call it soft chicane, and then it's soft. So here's about the speed trap is here, just before the DRS zone. So let's bada bing. Let's drop that away. As we're coming into turn one, it is most of these corners are 90 degrees, but it is the width of the track that actually does change the difficulty. And we missed the apex a little bit there, but not by much. A little bit of a squirrely moment coming out of turn 2, heading into turn 3. This is the first official DRS zone. As you're heading down, there you go, hard braking. There is a getaway jail free slip road there, but that's not really much of a get out of jail free. As you come round on the back right hander there into the first chicane to the left and right. So it's turns 5 and 6, head into turn 7 now. Turn 7 now leads into the castle section. Castle section it's really tough, and because the road gets really narrow and it gets really twisty. So it's like up the hill. Watch this, easy to cut those apex. Oh, excuse me. As we go around the Roman Grosjean hill, obviously that's where he it was actually that point there where he got hit by Ericsson, apparently. And this wall here, this wall here on the right hand side is very much like the Wall of Champions at Canada, where a lot of people do clip that wall and end their race. And you're heading back into the top straight. It's a very long, a little bit twisty, but it is a very long moment. Cars do hit maximum speed, so and Core gets a 5-grid penalty for a collision with Jay Compton. Now, so Jay Compton is out and Pans is out. So I think the two drivers. Oh, look at that! Jump onto Landscape King. Another new driver, and what number is he rocking? Rocking 69. Or maybe not a new driver, just another driver. A little bit wide there for spillage. So as Kyle Needs gets the fastest lap with 144.03. Spider with 144.5, and then Mr. XL with a 142.8. We've got Curly now. Curly coming around the last few corners. We've got a few people who's heading down. So we've got Spillage with 144.6, and we're on board with Landscape King. Let's see how they do heading into the start finish, and it's a 143.3. So a lot quicker than other drivers, but not as quick. Half a second away from his teammates, which does give us a quite nice little Haas 1-2 currently. Who else we got going around? Apex. Oh, excuse me. I do apologise, guys. I am yawning a little bit, and I am very rude. So, guys, if you are in there, just let us know how you're feeling about the circuit. A lot of people don't like it because they find it tough. Oh, look at that! The Williams right behind. I think that would have been spillage. Right behind Apex. Hit that wall a bit hard, but it doesn't look like they got damage. Apex off flow, but Apex done there, going out of the castle section, heading into the old town area. It's very nice flow, but a bit more pace and a bit using more track width would bring that lap time down significantly. So like we've got Jolly Shirt. I don't think Jolly Shirt is retired from the session. Not too sure why. Like, absolutely amazing viewing these cars sometimes. It's just absolutely fantastic watching these cars go. As Apex puts a 145.4. See, I'm kind of like, I don't know whether Mr. XL has just done an exceptionally great lap, or these guys here. So Curly with a 146.6, Spider with 145.4. I'm sure they can all knock off a few tenths, maybe a few seconds, maybe. But obviously, it's a tough circuit and people play cautious. So put in a banker lap and then put in a good lap, and if you work hard enough, you could really get effectively 3 laps out of us. So we are heading up now. Let's who else have we got? Icebound Walker. Iceman Walker with 143.3, and then Verstappen with a 142.2. So there we go. We got a huge gap again. Well, you say huge. I know it doesn't sound much. So that's 6 tenths. 6 tenths does not sound an awful lot, but it's quite big in here. So I think Core's retired for the session. It does put these guys to the back of the grid. So we have Topher now. Topher. So we've got. What number is he running? Is he running 28? Running the 28. So it's quite hard to see some of the numbers. So it's quite hard to see that was 28. I wasn't too sure. See, that was quite nice. That the way that the camera holding it and you just seen going over the curve a little bit. And what I'm going to do in a moment, we're going to have a run down lap with one of the drivers in a moment. I apologise, guys. So let's see who we've got. AFL now. Looking like AFL will be getting themselves ready for another fast lap. We've got 7 minutes left of qualifying work. Benjamin also needs to put a bit of effort in to get a lap at least, as well as Westwood 13. As to do a head downwards. We do have yellow section in section 3, and there's a Ferrari, and I think that's AFL to just really slow around turn 7 then. Very slow going through the castle section. We've got the two Hasses coming through because Mr. XL will be looking for a very, very fast lap time to try and challenge Rob Staffen. So Mr. XL almost missed that apex completely, but managed to slump out enough to rotate through. Again, there is inches. I know it doesn't sound much, but every inch is a tenth roughly through a corner. So if you can get those inches, you're going to get those tenths, as you see. The Aston Martin out of the way, which I've got to respect loads for that selfless act. I did say selfless, not selfish. So here we go. The Mr. XL really needs the body. Last time we put a 142.888, just 100 faster than Mr. XL. Last Benjamin there holding in at P2 at the moment. It is quite close between because like 1,000 between Mr. XL and Westwood 13, 1,000. 1,000. You don't really see that anywhere really. And the running there going really well there for Mr. XL. Can he? Nice run onto the curb there. See how he holds his line going through these. He missed the apex a little bit. And he should have rolled through that corner. The switching it does bring his speed down a little bit, and it's got that knock on the error carry forward, and he heads straight into the pit. Dropping out the out point there. Iceman. He has purple sector 2 there. That roll through that corner was very nice indeed. Head down to stop this bit, let's see how he goes. And this is a significant improvement. That's a 1.2.274, very nicely done by the Iceman. Now Verstappen, he's got a couple of minutes. He's got a minute really to make his mind up whether he's going to be going out or not. And by the way, that's spillage coming out by the looks of it. So a very nice lap by the Iceman Verstappen with a 142.2. I will be expecting him to be coming back out. I've lost Benjamin and Mr. XL, setting them to 3 and 4 on the second row, separated by 100, and then Westwood with 1,000 behind. These times are unbelievable. So this next are really going to be interesting to see how he does at this. On board with Westwood 13, have they got it in them to get this fast lap out? Oh, live it! Oh no, that would have cost them quite a bit there. But he's still improved on his time, and it is so small that it could be the difference between P4 and P5, and he's backed off. He's backed off massively. Cammy is a bit slow. Well, when I say a bit slow, I mean going slow. He hasn't got a slow time that time. He's quite respectful of a 143.3 landscape with a 143.9. 143.396. And his Spider is giving up on that lap. Oh, Village cuts the outside wall, then cuts the inside wall on that turn, losing the end plate to his front wing, which I must say that I do believe that the damage is on reduced. Because that could have been a game changer, really, and a game ender. That collision on the wall. That's the Apex. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go quiet and let you have a run with Apex right to the end. Guys, I do apologise. I was on mute. I do apologise. Yeah, so it's crazy, absolutely crazy how close these guys were. I did go through the table, but I do apologise. So yes, we do have Iceman does get our pole position, and we did have Web, Wobstappen in second, and then it was Benjamin. Sorry, it was Benjamin in third, Mr. Excel in fourth, Westwood in fifth, Cal Needs in sixth. We've got Landscaping in seventh, CRL Spider in eighth. We've got Spillage in ninth, Apex in 10th, Topher in 11th. We've got AFL in 12th, Curly in 13th. Our DNFers, Core, Compton, Pans, and last but not least, our Jolly Shirt. All getting from from 14th to 17th. So we are now just waiting for the guys to actually make their race strategies known, and we'll see what we go from there. Because it's one of those circuits. The hard tyre is usually the tyre that people will use for the majority of the race. I don't see a way around it really. Medium, soft. It's doable, but you might want to go medium hard. But then we do believe there may be a safety car or two, and we're hoping there is no red flag. As we are setting off for our formation. So as you can see, Core does get 17. So we've got 17. We should have had 19 drivers with us today, but some drivers have not been able to turn up. So Iceman Walker leading the way. We have got 26 laps of this to go through, and it is a big deal for our drivers up there. So yeah, speed trap record is held by a bizarre driver. Well, I would say bizarre driver that you would actually expect to hold a lap record at some point, but not in the vehicle that he did. The lap record, the high speed record is held by a Williams driver of Bottas with 235 miles per hour, which is phenomenal speed because these cars are getting, I'd say, pushing 220 at the end of that straight. So here we go. It's a long lap. There's not a lot to put into this, guys. As in, there's not a lot of history in this circuit to talk about. There's not a lot of characteristics that we can really emphasize. And so there we go. The two strategies have medium soft or medium hard. The two strategies we spoke about before. Alternate strategy not looking as strong in my eyes on this. Let's have a look at the tyre strategy. So I'm going to go with the hard first. So hard medium. Okay, that's fine. Could he push for hard soft? I doubt it. It is a big shout. Starting with a medium. I think medium would be the tyre I'd start with. Wash Benjamin with the soft, and then it's mediums all the way down, and it's a Topher, and then AFL back on mediums. Topher in the soft, so say Curly on the hards, Compton Pans mediums, Jolly Shirt and Core rocking the hards. So it's and look at that. He's really thought about it. You can see that he's angled himself. You can see more from behind. He's angled himself so far off. Most of the drivers are pretty much straight. Just as Apex is pointing slightly to the right. Oh my god, Jolly Shirt's reversing off the front line. As we go, 5 lights. About, and away we go. And I don't like this view. This view is horrible. As we head into turn 1. And, oh, Jolly Shirt is disqualified from the session completely. And I wonder why that is. And as the Red Bull does clear itself off onto the runoff area. So, oh, a bit of a we just see AFL reversing in the background there, and it's pandemonium already. We've got drivers with damage, so I think AFL just went for the. It's AFL having problems. That's twice now they've gone down the runoff. As Tafer is dropped down. I think he's lost his front wing completely. So I think that was the tangle up at turn 3. As Landscape King had a little bit of a moment, and Court is doing absolutely everything he can at the moment to get himself back into contention for higher points. So the point system here is very different. It's 35 points for the win, and then it trickles all the way down to 2 points in 19th and 0 for 20th. So everybody gets points. The system works very well. As one puts on 151.2 as his first lap, and I'm sure it's going to get from 150. Oh, look at that landscape! The speed Landscape had there was amazing. A few people are jumping into the pit, so that'll be Spillage and Kyle Mead jumping in, probably for a wind change, getting tangled up. So it's Topher and AFL cracks on. So Aston Walker heading the race with Verstappen right behind him, and then Mr. XL again behind him. So Iceman's done really well to get that initial start in front. It's the DRS that he's got when he's going to have the problems. Apex has had a fantastic start. And then Lost Benjamin right behind him. So obviously we got the as you can see, we've got the time screen here. It's a bit off. The same Lost Benjamin is like a lap ahead of everybody really on the time screen because he's minute 30, 46 ahead. Compton and then Spider in 7th and 8th. Curly up into 9th, Court in 10th. So these guys are pushing up further and further. Position changes. So Compton up 7, Court up 7. Carney's down now with a front wing damage. Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. So we've got storage of the class 2 penalty for speeding on the safety car. And the virtual safety car's gone. DRS has been enabled. So still is. We'll need to take that drive-through penalty within 3 laps. Oh, that's squirrely. I can't see what's having. As Calnese has got more damage again. Drivers are so Ashley on so sorry. Hi Ferris, I got disqualified from the race. What happened? What actually happened? Because Kim was saying that you were reversing off the grid, and then you got disqualified from the whole race. It's like wow. So Carnage, I do. The one thing I wonder, how many wings do these teams have? So how many wings can you go through before they go? Yeah, you're not getting any more news, any more wings. Iceman doing a fantastic job. What's stopping? And Mr. Excel, along with Westwood, well, Westwood's a bit further back now. So 1, 2, 3 are still quite close. This is where we're going to watch. Oh, a little bit of a cut on the wall there from Mr. Excel. JOS opens. And that is, I think Iceman actually accepted that was going to happen. There wasn't much of a challenge to slow him down, which was good in a way, because at that point it is tough to defend yourself. So it's quite nice that these guys are pushing themselves to as much limit as they can really. I'm expecting that Mr. XL may try and find a risky place to make an overtake. It's quite hard really, because the track is wide enough for an overtake, but the straights are not really long enough to make the move happen. And you've got to risk it, you've got to stick it in. And safety car is out, safety car is out. The Spillage has lost it at that sloping chicane. So the chicane he's lost it on is the one that Spillage is coming up to now by the looks of it. Yeah, it's somewhere around there. The safety car is out, and Wobstappen will be collected at the moment. It's too, I'd say too early for a tactical pit, because the hard tire is not going to make 22 laps. It's not really going to make that. So, because like, the way you got to look at it is like, this is 50% distance, so in real life, would those tyres make 44 laps? And that's a definite no. It really isn't. And Spillage with a comment, my bad on that safety car. Hit the curb and then face planted the wall. That's a fair enough. Puts his hands up and goes, yeah, I screwed up, I crashed. But we expect this from Baku. We expect, when none of these drivers here are professional drivers in any shape or form. So the fact that these drivers are do the best they can really is fantastic for us. So Mr. Excel's, they have jumped on the hard tyre. Now I will be honest, so we've got a few people who've like pitted. Now I'm not one of these people who would like, you know, it's maybe too early to pit. And a few drivers I'll go, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a go. Some switching to a medium set of tyres. Maybe some of them forget to change the tire to what they want. Because maybe I would have went for a soft tyre at this point, throw it in, because expecting another safety car later on when drivers are getting a bit more faded. As you do when you're racing, you do get a little bit more faded over time, because you get tired, you get bored. Here we have Pans now, who's I think Pans has actually made a few positions up, has he? Yep, 9 places Pans has made. Core's made 9. So right now our takers of the day is Pans and Core. Curly in between them two, made up 6 places. It's quite nice to see this. So we're going to have one more lap on the other safety car, I believe. We've got safety car coming in now. It's quite tough to see from this distance. Safety car staying out. That's quite quick though. The safety car is quite quicker than on that straight. Start thinking about warming up those tyres, guys. Because this, I would say this is at the lap that we expect the safety car to be in. So, what makes this track so difficult? First of all, it's those walls. There is zero runoff on a lot of the corners. There's some corners where there is a runoff area, and that's where, as and when we can put them in. Usually at the 90-degree top corners, and I think that is AFL again. AFL Carnage. I don't know. So Carnage has allowed AFL to get back in front, even though AFL did end up off the track. Respect the Carnage for being a good sportsman, really. JC Compton, a driver that was unfortunately taken out on the qualifier. We could be expecting more. Landscape King, safety car is in on this lap. So it's quite a tough call really, because when do you go? When do you go? When there's a straight this long, you do think, when do you go? That was the moment there. That was the moment there. Or was it? No, it wasn't. And a little bit of, oh, Westwood. Westwood has spun, and I'll be honest, I'm surprised he didn't get screwed over by the game there, because he was facing the wrong way in the pit exit. So far so good with the, oh. And that was Corder took the safety escape. Absolutely. Mental's lost a bit of a wing as well. So, he's still up 2 places though. So, he's still improved after all that effort to get himself up into a good position. He was sitting up there with Curly as Pants pushes on into 5th. That's Pants dropped down a few places. Mr. XL lost so much ground in this one lap from Verstappen, Icebound Walker. Ooh. And they're losing space there really for Verstappen after that little scribble moment coming out of turn 15. Not heading along now. It's just a knock-on effect really. Once you lose a bit of speed down at the beginning of that safety, it carries on all the way down. Oh wow, that's really, really, oh, wiggling so much under braking and makes contact. Oh! Spider there. Azerbaijan safety car, I think it's just down to the collision between Spider and Pans. As Pans is back up into 5th. That contact could have been a race ender. What this does is just regulate the spacing between the drivers. Although drivers will fall behind a bit more as the VSC is lifted and we're back racing again. Oh! Pan's really struggling to keep that car under full control right now. The 69 Mercedes really finding it tough. Right. I think AFL's got some good pace. It's made a few mistakes early on in the race, but looks like they're getting back together. As Topher is also making it. Oh, Westwood had a bit of a skid moment, but car looks intact. A severe collision between Ross Benjamin and another driver. I think the other driver is Compton, but no, I don't think so. So with this battle now, so Pans has dropped down now into 6th because Apex has made some moves, and AFL has retired from the session. So lost it there, and I'm not surprised, to be fair. And no safety car. I would have thought that would have been a safety car. So, Ross Benjamin has retired from the session. Not too sure why. Maybe it's something to do with maybe the 5-second penalty was just what pushed him over the edge then. As he may have thought it was not his fault. But we do not see the result, we can't speculate until we see some of the footage that happened. And we have Spider with 3-second time penalty. Multiple warnings. Westwood gets himself back on track. Just got to keep plugging away. It's lap 9 of 26 and it feels like we've been here forever. It really does. But what do we do now is this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to listen to a lap with what's happened. And just a quick update, that was a 1:45.9 for a Landscape King. Fastest lap so far, so it'll be quite good to see how that goes on. See if we can have a battle there between the drivers for that. Thanks for your patience, guys. As we're looking at another safety car. The car's leads is out. So we're all left with 11 drivers left. So this is an opportunity for Westwood really to get himself in. Now, lap 11, or lap 12 now, of 26. Sorry about that, guys. So I do think Rob Statham could go to the end on those tyres. I think Iceland's made the right decision to pit. Pan's in 7th. He made so much progress. It's been dropped down a little bit because I think Landscape King just managed to get the jump on him. Maybe Apex as well. I wasn't too sure if Apex was got above a bar at the end or in front of him. Got a lot of drivers there. And then obviously Compton, if he picked it at the same time as Pans, would have given a knock-on effect to his pit as well. But what this does, this safety car, is then brings the field back again. We've got 11 races left. We have 15 laps to go. And I can see this being a big, big problem. Because this is going to be where we have not a lot of art going on, really. Maybe we'll have some battles between Verstappen, Mr. XL, Iceman, who seem to be bunching together quite a lot. And we've got Apex there leading front, which I do believe he will pit again at some point. Mr. XL and Iceman, I expect them to pit as well. Those mediums, Landscape King, Spider, Pans, should basically get to the end. Be quite interesting really to see how it all goes. So now heading to the start of lap 13. Lap 13 of 26. So we had heading into the halfway point of the race. We've had 6 DNFs, 2 safety cars, 3 VSCs. We've had drivers overshooting corners. We've had a couple of overtakes, but a lot of the issues have been down to drivers making mistakes going through corners, and that's where people are capitalising, making the overtakes or making the moves up. I'm expecting Pans and Core when he was there were making moves as much as they could all the way through and getting at some point 9 places above where they started. Right now I do know that unfortunately Core has DNF. I actually really wanted to see how well he'd done at the end, but it looks like this happened. So I'm expecting the safety car to go in this lap, and then we can start then looking into what's going to happen, and hopefully we might see some battles between these front drivers. Because right now I'm looking at these drivers, and every single one of these drivers has the ability to get a podium. They really do. I'm not just saying that because like I said, Apex, a phenomenal driver. He does not make many mistakes, Apex. And over the years, Andrew has done fantastic. And safety car is in his lap as Westwood has managed just to catch up. So we're going to do this. Mr. XL. So Apex is taking control, he's slowing everybody right down. I like this bit, like sitting there fair place, because then you get to see first and second and how they react. And if you notice, a lot of the drivers are following the front car, so Apex is gone. And what's happened? Might have been caught sleeping there. As the big move, and Mr. XL has got the place, as it does look like that Iceman may have got, oh no, Iceman's a little bit of a twitch there, and whoa, what's happened? The exit from turn 1 really propelled them, or was it a bad exit from Mr. XL? Again, what's happened with place back? Because Iceman almost got that place from Mr. XL as we are heading into turn 3, and Apex is still leading the way with Verstappen in second and Mr. XL in third, Iceman in fourth. We've got Landscape King, and Apex has lost his position to Verstappen. Verstappen with some serious pace on those hard tyres. Is this something that we're gonna, as we see Mr. XL look at? And getting into the cast section, you can't go too wide through that corner. There really is not enough space for too wide. And we're not even gonna. We've got to get a couple of laps before we get the DRS zone open up. So looking to see where. Oh, as you see, Apex really lost the front wing there off that collision with that is outside wall at what is Baku's Wall of Champions, really. That's unfortunate because Apex was having a fantastic moment. He was holding them off. Verstappen with a great move, had to be a great move to get past Apex with these did. And Mr. XL now in second, needs to start closing that gap down. That's from Walker. About a second off as Apex now running himself into the pit. Get a new wing, get himself back out there. It does mean he drops down to the back of the grid at the moment. But this is Baku and anything can happen. So Verstappen leads the way with Mr. XL in second, Iceman in third. Landscape King in fourth. Jay Compton in fifth. We've got Pans in sixth. We've got Spider in seventh. We've got Topher in eighth. We've got Westwood in ninth. We've got Curly in 10th and Apex coming out the pit now in 11th. It is, would I call it an it's an eventful race, yes. Is it being entertaining? That's a different question altogether. Because this is, we all look at each other. I'm gonna jump on board with Jay Compton because he's got his teammate right behind him, and we know what Pants can do really. But we're sitting in the middle. This is where I'm gonna guess the battles are gonna be, because the Spider is right close to Pans. And then Pans there does have those moments where he makes a little mistake and slides the car out. The gap between Spider is just getting bigger and bigger to Topher. Panzer's losing the gap to Compton. Compton now really closing in on Landscape King as this XL gets the fastest lap so far. And that was a very good overtake by Jay Compton. So right now it's like a battle between the Haas and the Mercedes, who's going to get the most points right now. As they are the only ones with the two teams in the top space. They are the only two teams with the two drivers in the top tier G spaces. But obviously Mr. XL in second does hold the trump card really. We do have 2 Aston Martins, and it's the Aston Martins that is all about getting points, consistent points, and they'll do well because they are getting consistent points. Jake Compton really needs to start making moves, closing down Iceman. Iceman is starting to lose that gap to Mr. XL. We do know these 2 drivers are quite quick. And that line there through the castle section was quite beautiful. It just needs to keep trying, pushing harder. Mr. XL really needs to close that gap down to Verstappen. He heads into this. He's very cautious on that corner, there's Verstappen. And what it does there, it just kind of like opens up the idea for Mr. XL thinking, oh, I'm getting closer and closer each lap. You can see the time's just like up and down, up and down. At the moment on the straights, it's increasing slowly. And then that'll tumble down a little bit more later on. So it's rolling as well. Landscape King gets the move on Jake Compton, putting the Haas into second and fourth. And it is running around the outside there for Jake Compton. Jake Compton, oh, a bit of a touch there between the 2 drivers. And Jake Compton is still looking. It's DRS open. And the second longest straight. It's not much of a long straight. That line is like something else there from Jay Compton. Absolute beautiful line. So Verstappen in first. Mr. XL is second. We've got Iceman Walker in third. Landscape King in fourth. We've got Jay Compton in fifth. Pants in sixth. We've got Westwood in seventh. A recovery drive there for himself. Curly in eighth. We've got Topher in ninth. And Apex in 10th with Spider the 11th. I believe he did that in the pit. So we've got 10 drivers left now. And we're on lap 17 of 26. So we've got 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. I know a lot of you guys are just listening in while you're racing, and you can see there is there's a lot of concentration with these drivers going into this because there is a yellow flag in Landscape King. I think Landscape King's hit a wall a little bit. He's lost a bit of, is it the end plate's lost? Yes, so Landscape King lost a bit of wing. It just gives the Mercedes the chance now. They're knocking on that podium door. And Landscape King diving into the pits now. You can't give up now, mate, because you're doing an absolutely good job here. Give him Westwood. That's 6th place. Carrying now up into a dizzy height for him in 7th. Can Landscape King get out before Apex gets round? So the Apex has just seen Landscape King coming out of that pit, and he could have got away with high soft tires here, Landscape King. But it's quite nice to see these drivers are. Oh, what a view! Nice little view there. You can see Iceman there, still quite close to Mr. XL. This is not a track that you get a lot of time penalties from in this regard to track limits. And look at that! Iceman just thunderous speed going down that road there. from Iceman, but not enough to make an impact towards Verstappen. The Mr. XL will be looking to get that place back from Iceman Walker. So the battle for second is hot right now, as we're on lap 19 of 26, so we do have 8 laps to go. 8 laps of battling that we're hoping to see. So I can see, I'm expecting some people to pit nearer to in the next few laps for a set of soft tyres. I do believe that these medium tyre runners of Curly and Topher may struggle in the later stages of this race. Iceman will, I think Iceman will struggle a little bit as well with the those lap tyres, but could be wrong. Pal's doing everything he can at the moment. He's got past J. Compton, not this. Is this a tactical decision? Oh! Helicopter view of the two Mercedes running down the start-finish straight. As you can see, J. Compton move. Why would they cut why would the camera cut? Oh. Had a nice rear view there of that overtake, and then the camera just changes towards the end. And what a move! As we can see that Mr. XL and Iceman are trading places. Landscape King with the fastest lap. The Landscape King, he's starting to open up a gap from to Apex, because Apex was just a few seconds behind. So Apex really needing to push a little bit harder now to try and close that gap off. It's going to be tough. There is only 7 laps to go, but that's not impossible. Topher with a fairly consistent performance today. Been really much out of the shadows, and Curly again at a drive that has been remarkably uneventful, let's call it, as he's been consistent and steady all the way through. And that's been an absolutely outstanding recovery drive, I'll call it, from Westwood. Dropping all the way to the back and then having to work hard. Still got 1 place to go, but Compton and Hand up 10 places. Yes, a few of them have been DNFs, but you cannot take that away from them because they've been consistently quite well there. So Pan and Compton trade places again. It's quite nice. It's quite nice that these drivers actually they help each other out in ways, but then they do race against each other as well. As we are looking like Mr. Verstappen is just opening up like that. I think Verstappen is one of those drivers that if this is the kind of level of performance we are to expect from Verstappen, he may be one of those drivers to get promoted up to the platinum tier. Platinum tier being the elitist of WTFL, which is quite good. I've had to watch a couple of their races. They're quite competitive, and it's I think Verstappen would fit quite well in there. but it's been more. So Iceland's starting to lose more ground to Mr. XL. Now we do have that happen from time to time. It's like, obviously Iceland dropping 2 places from his P1 start, which is a phenomenal lap really from Iceman. As we're watching Westwood now from the helicopter going down the start finish straight. Gotta love the helicopter view. Gotta love it. So run down there. We're on lap 22 of 26. Giving us 5 laps remaining. That's well, Stafford leading by 11.2 seconds to Mr. XL. In 3rd place is Ashton Walker, who is within DRS-ish distance from Mr. XL. We got the 2 Mercedes in 4th and 5th. I've got Jay Compton and Pans respectfully. And then in 6th we do have Westwood, who is closing that gap down slowly to the Mercedes. We have Curly in 7th, who is sitting right behind Westwood, and just seems to be loving life. Baltic King now in 8th. Has a bit of work to do to make a bit more of a recovery. Tofa there in 9th, and Apex in 10th. Right now, even though Westwood's had a fantastic drive, Curly's been very consistent. But the 2 Mercedes drivers have been fantastic. And it is still too early to say whether they are my driver of the day or not. But it's just how I'm thinking. As we now head into that phase of the race where the gaps are too big, so we have to have a respectful challenge. Because even the Mercedes are splitting. There's 4 seconds between the 2 Mercedes, so Pan's happily allowing Jay Compton to hold 4th place. When we seen the lap times from qualifying, I was expecting a closer race between a lot of the drivers. We've had some back and forth, but not as much as what we could have, as Iceman again is back within DRS distance to Mr. XL, which means that if he carries on closing the pace up, he could be in position to make an overtake in a lap or 2. You have got 4 laps remaining. 4 laps remaining. And make it around. That's pretty tense. This lap. And he's out of DLS. He's out of the DLS time frame, which is unfortunate. As now this is just showing that what's happening. It is remarkable right now. There's a 12.3 second time difference between him and P2. A little bit touching. Luckily no significant damage, as Aston Martin just seems to have a little bit more pace, but the inside line for Landscape King does give make Carey back off a little bit there, as Westwood has made a little mistake there from Jay Compton, puts Pans up into 4th, Westwood reclaims 5th, back to where we started at the beginning of the race. Jay Compton really had a bit of a struggle moment there, and is now having to think about defending against Landscape, and Curly there 2 seconds behind Landscape after battling at the start finish. That's 2 seconds. That's quite a big gap. there's such a short distance really. So it just shows that how much difference having that inside line and forcing your opponent to take you really offline to do for you really. Because Jay Compton right now is in trouble now because he's got Landscape King right behind him. There's no one around Panzer, just Westwood knows he's got two laps left to make any difference to Panzer really. Oh, who was that? Jay Compton goes really off there. Goes on that corner and just lost the back end a little bit there, caught himself well, but what he's done is just like Landscape King dance through. We've got the DRS open. What that does though is just Landscape King just got a better exit going through that corner. Oh, Landscape King's getting better corners, and now he's going to get the DRS. And you can see that Jay Compton. A little bit of a touch there to Landscape King. Puts himself down the escape route because he just couldn't get around that corner safely enough. Spins it around and back out, just try and close that gap down again. Landscape King now, just a lot of breathing, a lot of pressure off him now, as he now tries to close down that gap to Westwood. Jay Compton picks up a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner. At the chicane probably. But that's... it's quite bizarre. As we are heading into the last lap now. Verstappen on the last lap of the race. And he's got a comfortable lead. Iceman really needs to make his mind up what he wants to do right now. If he's going to make the move on this lap, or is he just going to allow Mr. Excel to take second? As we are heading as we are going through the final lap now, guys. It's been eventful. It's been a tough race for a lot of drivers. A lot of mistakes have been made. Obviously, Jolly Shirt getting disqualified for a reason that I was bizarrely unaware of. I see the thing said in reversing on the grid was a bit. Obviously, that was from lining up on the grid on the trying to get back in the pit box. No, not the pit box. It's starting grid box. So Verstappen comes all the way, heading into the final sector in a moment. For the final time, coming on 10. 15, heading down into 10-16 for the final time. And there's on the start finish wiggle straight of 10-17, 18, 19, heading down to 20, and 10-20. And now this is leading the way, 14 seconds ahead. Mr. XL closes that gap, not closes, races against Iceman. Maybe another 2 laps Iceman might have had that pass done. Hands now go around, can pick up 4th, or he will pick up 4th. As Landscape King is looking to make that place his. On track anyway. As they finish off together, we have Jay Compton now who's coming down the road, 18 seconds off from Landscape King after that spin. That is 7th for Jay Compton. We've got Topher now, and Topher picks up 8th with Curly in 9th, and Apex rounding it off with 10th. Now, I'm going to, as we are waiting for Apex to close off this race, it is quite remarkable to see that many drivers do DNF, but this is Baku, and they are not professional drivers. But it still is always remarkable when you lose that many drivers through some careless mistakes. And that's the finals off. So, my driver of the day, I'm going to go with Pans. Or even, so Pans with special mentions to Curly. Jay Compton up until he had that issue. Was doing fantastic. Verstappen with that lead was just unreal. So let's have a final rundown of the standings. So we have Verstappen in first, Mr. Excel in second, Iceman in third. We have Pans in fourth, Westwood in fifth. We've got Landscape Kick in sixth with the bonus point for the fastest lap of 1:44.6. We have Compton in seventh, Topher in eighth, Curly in ninth, and Apex in 10th. So, and that does round off all the finishers. And our non-finishers are Spider, Cal Needs, Ross Benjamin, AFL, Course, Spillage, and Jolly Shirt. Commiserations to those guys who are unable to finish race, because it's unfortunate because everybody does get points. But then you can't expect anything less from Baku, really. This has been a tough race to commentate on. It always is. Baku's never been easy. So I won't sugarcoat that at all. But what we'll do now is let's find, where's the race calendar? Okay, so our next race is at Bahrain. Now Bahrain is one of those circuits that I do quite enjoy personally. It's a very good race for this kind of league, because they are quite close and there's quite a few overtaking opportunities. So we should be seeing a nice little battle for different places. And then following that, we have Portugal, which is again another absolutely belter of a circuit to commentate on. And then following that is my favourite circuit of all time, which is Canada. Sort of about Canada, I absolutely love. So I'm looking forward to these races. Now, before I round it off, I just say thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, commenting. If you ever do get the opportunity, guys, just have a little look into where's the finishing line. They are open for new drivers if you wish, and also it's a good community to be a part of. A lot of drivers out there who are part of multiple different leagues. We have people part of the league I originally from, which is a TTFL, Tea Time Friday Friday race league race. There's RRL, which is a Rainers Racing League, who are also in CRL, and then we do have Nomax as well. Nomax being the partnership team. So SPRC is Nomax. Sorry, Nomax is the racing on Mondays and Thursdays, and we also have SPRC racing Thursdays. So two drivers. And GRL as well. So guys, check them out if you got a chance. But until next week, or next time anyway, at least, guys, good night.